Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Thursday, October 25th, 2012. Well, it's strange how things work. Here we are at the end of October, but yet next week a very, very strong storm could be parked over the northeastern coast of the United States. According to the Weather Service, the northeastern U.S. has a very good chance of getting blasted by gale force winds, flooding, heavy rain, and possibly even heavy snow in early next week because of an unusual hybrid of a hurricane and a winter storm. Government officials said this morning that the storm has a 70% chance of smacking the northeast and mid-Atlantic. Hurricane Sandy, that we've been tracking in the Caribbean, an early winter storm in the west, and a blast of Arctic air from the north are predicted to collide over the country's most populous coastal corridor beginning on Sunday. The worst of it should peak early Tuesday, but it will stretch into midweek. According to the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, it will be a rough couple of days from Hatteras up to Cape Cod. We don't have many modern precedents for what the models are suggesting. It's also likely to hit when a full moon is up. That will be, of course, when tides are at their highest. This will increase coastal flooding potential. Some trees still have many leaves on them, which will also increase the potential for snow and power outages. Some have compared it to the so-called perfect storm that struck off the coast of New England in 1991, but that storm did not hit as populated an area as this storm is predicted to hit. This could be another multi-billion-dollar loss for the reinsurance industry. In economic news, let's do the U.S. first. Orders for durable goods soared 9.9% in September, mainly fueled by a rebound of airplane orders. Also, applications for U.S. unemployment benefits dipped 23,000 for a seasonally adjusted 369,000 during the week of October 14th to 20th. In the UK seems to have made its way out of recession. They posted 1% growth in the third quarter of this year, the strongest quarterly GDP in 5 years. The coalition government is very pleased with this because it's a return to growth after 3 consecutive years of contraction. Of course, keep in mind that there were some temporary factors, i.e. the Olympics, which may mask a weaker underlying picture, but overall it's cause for good news. Everest Reinsurance continued the trend for reinsurers outperforming when they released their Q3 financials. It booked operating profits of over $210 million. This is compared to about $147 million in the same period last year. The profits came despite a $33 million crop loss. It came in at $4.05 per share. Wall Street analysts had been expecting $3.74 a share, so they did very well. There was an article on the front page of the Jerusalem Post today saying that an earthquake and tsunami could cost Israel about $39 billion, according to the Homefront Defense Minister, Avi Dichter. Mr. Dichter spoke at a meeting of economic officials convened as part of a 5-day earthquake preparedness drill. He was referring to a possible scenario in which thousands of Israeli citizens would be killed. The drill is to simulate a major quake and subsequent tsunami, which would cause 7,000 casualties in Israel. The whole issue was brought recently to a head by an agreement signed in Washington today, actually it was yesterday, to extend about $4 billion in American loan guarantees to Israel. It provides an economic anchor which will make it easier for Israel to raise funds in the event of an earthquake or other emergency scenario. On a more negative note, the finance minister accused the defense ministry of being the only government ministry that's unprepared for an earthquake. I think they're ready for earthquakes of other sorts. Well, in the northeastern U.S. and practically everywhere else in the U.S., this will not be news to you, but cars and deer can be a lethal combination. Deer migration and mating season generally runs from October through December. It's strange the things we've had to become aware of. This, of course, causes a dramatic increase in the movement of the deer population. So as a result, there are more deer and vehicle collisions during this time of year than any other time. Well, about 1.23 million deer and vehicle collisions occurred in the U.S. between July 1 of last year and July 30th of this year. More than $4 billion in damage was recorded. This is according to State Farm. The average claim for a deer vehicle collision is about $3,305. That's up about 4.5% from last year. And according to the Insurance Highway Safety Institute, deer vehicle collisions in the U.S. cause about 200 fatalities annually. If there's any admonition I can give you, it's if you see one deer, stop, because there are usually at least 1, 2, or 3 behind that deer. Well, that's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.